got Lewis Ward and Jack Linus, also race winners last year on the third of the grid. Sean Brain with the third of the race winners from last year. He's back on row 5 of the grid, a bit further back than he would like to have been, but the red lights go out and the race gets underway for 15 minutes in the Nankang Tyres Locost Championship. They stream off up towards Redgate Corner for the first time. It looks like it's Tortola that's managed to hold the lead. I think Paul Clark possibly has lost out a little bit, although he might be able to capitalise on a wider line as they turn their way through the first few corners. There's one or two that are getting a little bit wider than they might have liked to have been, and we'll pick them up as they come through. In fact, it's not the Tortola that's leading, is it? He's dropped back to third place.
No. Tyre leads.
It is, beg your pardon, it is there, Tyre leading the race. And there's 3 off in the background, but they're all going to continue once they've crossed the grass and got back onto the circuit.
Certainly, one of them is Mark Rue, who shouldn't have gone with the others off the line.
No.
Anyway,
it's on a 10-second penalty, never mind.
It is the Tyre that leads. Clark is second, and then Lewis Ward, who kind of was my season favourite coming into this, is there in third position as they head up the hill. Jack Linus is side by side with Ian Hardy. Alan Harmon qualified well, didn't he? Up in 6th position, so he's one to watch out for this season, the ex-Special Sloons racer. But as we come to expect in Locost racing, it's a great group of cars heading down towards the Robert Chicane, and it's Paul Clark who's on the inside line. He will take the lead, and slotting into second will be Tyre. Then we have Ward. There's a big lock-up in the middle, and that was 18, I think, Rory Maddington, the teenager, but everyone just about avoided him, and he avoided everyone else, so they can come out of the chicane and continue on.
It's just been noted that both of those cars that should have started on the 10 seconds delay didn't, and so that will be sorted out after the race, no doubt. So Paul Clark it is that's leading, Tortola in second, Lewis Ward in third, Jack Linus in fourth. Sean Brain has gone backwards, was expecting him to go forwards from 10th on the grid, but he's down in 13th at the end of the first lap. And there's 1 or 2 cars going off the circuit there through Redgate and Hollywood, but Paul Clark is that still leads this train of, what is it, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 cars, I think, in the leading group, back to Jeff Peake in 9th.
There's a change of 4th at the Craners. Liam was around the outside of Jack Linus. That was pretty committed, but he made it work. Former 750 Motor Club champion Liam, he's now going for third against another former 750 Motor Club champion, both in Sport Specials, in fact, Lewis Ward. But Ward hangs on there in third position. But yes, a great 9-car battle as they head up the hill, with newcomer Chris Bradbury in the mix as well in the ex-Martin West car. So through Coppice they come on to the run up towards Robert Chicane, and Bradbury on the inside and in the middle there. They're 3 abreast ahead, and everyone's coming for Paul Clark with a lot more momentum. So Tortola will reclaim the lead into the chicane. Lewis Ward goes with him, so Clark drops to third. And then the rest of them, Ian Hardy, he started the lap in 6th, he's dropped to the back of the 9, and then in 10th position, that is Glyn Griffiths. He's trying to bring the rest to make it more than 9 for the lead.
Yes, Liam, I think, made up another position as well, possibly. Is he going for second here on the inside? I think that's M that's up into second place at the expense of Paul Clark. Yes, it is, and he's another driver that could be in contention for the championship this season, you would think. Jeff Peake's gone from 9th to 5th on that lap. He's also got the fastest lap of the race there on the first flying lap. He's there in 4th place now, isn't he, as they come down towards the old hairpin. So it's Tyre leading, M second, Clark third, and then I think it's Jeff Peake up to 4th, Lewis Ward down to 5th.
Now, Glyn Griffiths in 10th was quicker than the leader, so that 10th place battle is catching the leading group, so it might be more than 9 before much longer for the lead, and it is Tyre that is lead. But Liam is the one that's really slicing his way through the order. He started 7th, he's up into 2nd now. Jeff Peake, he started 11th, and as you said, he's up to 4th, so they're the two really progressing well here, Liam and Jeff Peake. Not sure if either of them have won a Locost race before, but they could be on for it here.
Jeff Peake certainly has.
Okay.
Liam, I'm not quite so sure about. He may well have done, because he's had a couple of bites of the cherry in Locost. But look at this, side by side for the lead. It's M into the lead as they go into the Robert Chicane that time at the expense of Tortola, the driver that studied locally at Derby University. Then in 3rd place it is now Lewis Ward, I think, that's actually come across or come through in 3rd place. it's different by the time they get to the corner. No, it's Jack Linus, is it now, that's up into fourth, I think.
And in 12th place, Rory Mallinson is the fastest driver on the track. So that 9-car lead battle is now a lot more. But unfortunately, we've got yellow flags at the Crane Curves because Andy Perkins has had an off, and this could be problematic to how the race continues. But we have now a lot more than 9 cars in this lead battle if we are able to continue. But it's Liam who is the new race leader, and because he's had lots of pace in, I wonder if he can drag away from the field at all.
So trying to. Rory Mallinson, you mentioned, the 18-year-old student from Chester with that fastest lap, so that's very good for him. I think this is his second season now, having started in Locost last year. Yellow, symbol on the screen, means that the safety car was out, it's disappeared again, it's turned green again, so I'm not quite sure whether the safety car's going out or not, to be honest with you. We'll soon find out.
Don't see any yellow flags, although there is a flashing light, isn't there, around the corner,
Yeah.
I think.
A safety car is showing on my race log.
Yeah, maybe somebody pressed something in the timekeepers that shouldn't have been pressed.
Safety car flag is now being shown, as you can see. So, not a surprise. We saw Andy Perkins in that number 77 car that spun at the Craners and was stopped on the grass, pretty undamaged as far as I could see, but unable to restart the car. And so, hopefully, that's something that can be dealt with fairly quickly. If the car's still rolling, the marshals might be able to just get that to a position of safety without any further outside intervention. So that has come at the end of towards the end of lap 4 of the race. The order is this: number 5 Liam is the race leader, number 19 Tortola is in second place, 29 Jeff Peake is third, Jack Linus number 13 up to fourth on that lap, gained 2 places, number 4 Lewis Ward 5th, 82 Paul Clark, who started on the front row, down to 6th. Ian Hardy, the driver from all the way down in the West Country, he's 7th in number 50, 8th is number 31 Glyn Griffiths, 9th is the number 9 car now, which is Chris Bradbury, number 86 I should say, Chris Bradbury, and 10th is number 52 Alan Harmon, who again qualified well but has dropped back a bit as this race has gone on. But we had a big group of them, probably about 12 of them I think, at the time the safety car came out, and they're all going to be bunched together, of course, again by the safety car.
Although traditionally in things like this, actually a safety car spreads the field out rather than bunches it up like you might see in other categories.
That's a good point. Slightly odd, counterintuitively, but I guess because they've not got the momentum when they restart. That's the thing that it causes them to spread out again once the safety car lights go out and the green flags are waved.
I saw there was a recovery vehicle with Andy Perkins, so
Yes.
probably have another lap of safety car. Hopefully that will be all, and we can get 3 or 4 laps at the end of racing. That's a shame, really, just have the one car that's stopped in an awkward position, isn't it, that causes a safety car to be needed. But we're in a pretty vulnerable spot there. How many times have you seen at the bottom of Crane Curves cars shoot off the circuit, exactly where Andy Perkins was? So unfortunate but needed, and hopefully we'll get back to racing before too long. But everything bodes quite well, this, doesn't it, for the Locost Championship season. Dan Garrett's been pretty dominant over the last couple of years. He's taken most of the victories. I'm not sure if one person's going to be able to do that this year.
No, I get the sense that's not going to be the case. It's looking quite competitive, isn't it? And I don't think we're worried that the Nankang tyres are going to change the dynamics of the racing, but certainly the opening 3 laps of this low-cost racing season have been as good as any we've seen over the past number of years, so I don't think we've got anything to worry about in terms of the quality of the racing and the slipstreaming and the very tight action being diminished whatsoever. I think low-cost racing is going to be as entertaining as it ever was. The rescue vehicle had almost cleared the circuit, the recovery vehicle I should say.
Yeah, I think the safety car was trying to go slowly to allow them to go racing this time, but because you can't, then it means we've got to do another lap, and that takes some more time. So that's worked out, unfortunately. Another car that didn't come through at the same time, whether it's unrelated or not, I don't know, is 84 Will Jennings. So he went missing at the same lap as Andy Perkins, but whether that was related incident or not, I don't know.
Yeah, well, 20-year-old garden maintenance operative from Southampton. Again, in his second season of racing, did some karting since the age of 10. Next Carl Roycenar's car that he's in this season.
Yeah, so Liam, who's leading, started in Locost in 2015, did 3 years in that, then won the Sports Specials Championship. Was that in the sort of the original Mazda 7, wasn't it?
Yeah, effectively.
So he won that. Then he had 5 years away from racing, returned to Locost and did win a race. when he finished second in the championship a couple of years ago. So he has been a winner before, but there are some people in that lead group who have not, including Tyre, the driver behind him, the 22-year-old who was the top rookie in Locost back in 2022 when he started racing. He's been a podium finisher not just in the UK in Formula V but in South Africa as well, and he's planning also to race in Formula V in the US this year, so Tortolla's going to be a busy man this season.
Certainly is. Right, safety car lights are still on, but I think they'll go out shortly. We should be able to get going again at the end of this lap, which means I think we get 3 laps out of it, probably, something like that, which should make it a 9-lap race, and sort of 6 and 2/3 of those would have been under racing conditions, I would think, assuming that's how it pans out.
Although it's not legal, Jake Sturt's gone from the back to 13th in those 3 laps or so that we've had, so he's got pace, but didn't quite do it in the way he should have done.
Yeah, and I suspect there'll be some sanctions afterwards for that. After we've finished the 84 car you're mentioning, that was that stopped out on circuit as well. Anyway, safety car lights are out, and it sounds like we're going to go back racing again. Yeah, green lights, green flags, I should say. Green light is flashing. Racing gets back underway. 4 minutes, so it should be 3 laps that we get out of it. So it's Liam leading, Tortolla in second, Jeff Peake in third. So a couple of winners inside the top 3 here, and Jack Linus, who was a winner last year, trying to get up the inside of them as well to take 3rd position away from Jeff Peake at Redgate Corner. Couldn't quite make that work, but we've got a 6-car lead group here, so it was nearly a dozen cars, it's now half a dozen, but that's still more than enough to make a good race.
That's right, and we saw earlier more cars can join in, but yeah, so safety car in low-cost racing does not help the entertainment. But Liam leads through the old hairpin from Tortolla, then Jeff Peake leads this group. Remember, Jeff Peake came from 11th on the grid, so this has been a really good drive from Jeff, the person that's finished 3rd in the championship twice, although not over the last few seasons. He's about to lose 3rd, though we see to Jack Linus, the Essex man, but he can't quite get through, so still in 4th position is Jack, the 29-year-old, who, as you said, was a race winner last year. So through Coppice Corner. Liam has led most of the lap, but this is the part of the lap you don't really want to lead if you want to be ahead at the line, Ian.
No, absolutely right. It's all about sort of positioning yourself in low-cost racing to have the lead at the optimal moment. But with any means, you don't even want to lead into the final corner of the race, do you? If you can kind of help it, you've got to be there or thereabouts. Though you certainly need to be inside the top half dozen, as it's looking like being in this race. Over the line they've gone, and it's Toller leading by just under 0.3 of a second as they cut the timing line. There's about 1.8 seconds in the between Paul Clark in 6th and Ian Hardy in 7th, so we'll see if the 2 groups can join up before the end of the race, but there's only going to be a couple more laps, including the one that they're now on.
Whether he's allowed to keep it or not, Jake Sturt's just set the new lap record on a 1 minute 25.77, breaking Matt Cherrington's 14-year-long record. Maybe he didn't stay in the results, that lap time won't count. We will see what the officials think to his start later, but he's there in 11th position, going very quickly in his 2nd season of low-cost racing. But up the hill they go for the penultimate time, this leading group of 6 still, and it is Liam back to the front, back ahead of Tortolla. Jeff Peake is there in 3rd, Lewis Ward is 4th, out wide in 5th position, I think, with Jack Linus, and Paul Clark in 6th.
So through Coppice for the penultimate time then. It's looking like these, well, I was going to say it's looking like these 6, but then the next group is catching them, isn't it? In Hardy and Chris Bradbury, I think they were both bridging the gap as they exited Coppice and head down the down the back straight towards the S's, and it's Jeff Peake that's in front as they arrive into the chicane. That time it looks like he's going to start the final lap in the lead, or easy, because he's got Lewis Ward only just behind him. Tortolla's there, Paul Clark is there, Liam is there. The top 6 covered by just over half a second there, and Chris Bradbury was only 4/10 behind them and has got a fastest lap, and that must also be a new lap record of 1:25.412.
In his first low-cost race. Could he come through 7th on this last lap? Because he's right there, as you say. We've got 8 of them in contention. Any 8 of them could win this, quite frankly. But it's Lewis Ward who is heading the pack at this point. Whether you want to be there is questionable, but that's what he's going to have to battle with from now on, with half a lap to go then. It's Lewis Ward from Jeff Peake, who's massively sideways, and this is really going to help the race leader. because that scatters everyone else out wide, and all of a sudden Lewis Ward is going to have a big lead as they head through Schwantz Curve and up towards McLean's corner. But it's not as big as I thought it might be, actually. Tortullo's used the slipstream to close back in, so all of a sudden Lewis Ward is in a non-optimal position, I think, in the race lead.
Yeah, so we'll pick the leaders up again as they head up towards Coppice Corner. Lewis Ward is still there. Second is the number 90 car of Tortullo. Then number 5 is Liam in third position. So it's the blue roll cage for Ward, the red roll cage for Tuller. And then with the sort of all black roll cage, is it going to be one of those three as they come down to the chicane for the final time? Who is it going to be that's going to come out in front? Is it going to be Lewis Ward that managed to hold on? No, it's not. It's going to be Tortullo that's come out of the chicane in the lead of the race, and Tortullo has got the win by 0.2 of a second from Lewis Ward. Liam is third. Chris Bradbury got fourth place in the end, so he did make up 3 more places on the final lap ahead of Jack Linus, Paul Clark, Ian Hardy, Jeff Peake and Glyn Griffiths. Top 9 separated by less than 2 seconds.
Yeah, it's pretty good stuff. To just show what was going on that last lap, that was 3 seconds slower than the fastest lap of the race. So everyone was sort of playing games. Everybody wanted to lead until that final corner, really, did they? And Tortullo came through to grab, I think that's his first win in the country, isn't it? Because he got podium in Formula V, but he is now a winner in Locost. And who can stop this car? It wins so much in the championship. But Tortullo didn't lead too much of it, did he? And I'm sure he's got some support from some of his mates from uni here today, so I'm sure that's going to mean a lot to Tortullo, the 22-year-old, but he only just done it. And Chris Bradbury is one to watch, isn't he, this season in the ex-Martin West car. It's another car that's got good pedigree in the championship with that new lap record, and actually his best lap was a lot faster than anybody else. Whether that really means much because of the slipstream's hard to tell, but it shows that Chris Bradbury is very serious about this in his first season of racing.
Thank you very much. Down here with the winners, and you can see there they're all absolutely ecstatic about that race. Toy, if I could just grab you for a second. You've got out that car and you are beaming from ear to ear. Let's talk about that race. How was it?
Oh man, it was just crazy from start to finish. Like cars all around, and everyone was just trying to get for that one piece of tarmac. And yeah, it was just it was surreal being up here in the leading pack, and I just cannot believe I won. And yeah, just props to Lewis. He almost had me, but yeah, somehow first win.
And talk about that move that you'd made for the lead, and then obviously defending the lead as well. It's not easy in these cars.
Oh, absolutely not. The toe on these cars is incredible. Yeah, like you think you'll have like a 1 second lead, but it'll be eaten up by the end of the straight. But yeah, somehow just try to keep everyone back and yeah.
So first win for race 1, race 2, second win.
I'm hoping. But if I could just take a quick second to say thank you to my father. Without him, I wouldn't be on the grid. And to Dan Garrett for being such a wonderful guy. Necronival and the Necronies, and all my friends and family watching at home. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you very much, and congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Cheers, thanks. Right, Lewis, could I just grab you for a second as well? If you just jump in. So, very close there at the end, obviously between yourself and Tor. Very, very close throughout the entirety of the race, to be honest. Talk about it. How difficult is it to try and drive in the pack and fight for the wins, and also position yourself in a position where you're not going to get overtaken by the end of the lap?
Yeah, it's almost an impossible task, to be honest. But yeah, it was just a case of the tyres I was running, I hadn't scrubbed them in, so they were very slippy in the early laps. It took a while for them to come in. I think I dropped back to 5th or 6th. I actually think the safety car helped me. It gave them a chance to cool down a bit, and yeah, they effectively had their first heat cycle. So yeah, after the safety car restart, I was able to pick a few cars off. I got to the front. Slightly earlier than I would have wanted to, actually. But yeah, no, the opportunity was there. I had to take it. And then, yeah, me and Thor, what a great battle down into the final chicane.
For race 2, what do you reckon? You can get him?
Well, he's very quick. Yeah, let's have a go. Let's try.
Look forward to seeing it. Congratulations again.
And congratulations to Thor as well on his first win. He's driven really well. So.
Absolutely. Well, congratulations to him. And Liam, where's Lee gone? Lee, can I just grab you in here a second? Again, we're talking about just how close that racing was, and you guys were separated by, 0.4 of a second between the three of you. It's pretty impressive.
Yeah, no, it's really good. Like the low-cost racing always gives a good show, and yeah, it was really tight there at the end, and especially after that restart. Just before the safety car come out, I thought, there's a little gap. But even when you have a small gap in low cost, it disappears like that, with the slipstream. So yeah, and I think I ended up losing like 4 places at one point, and then next lap then you take it all back. So it's great, yeah, it's real close, and yeah, you can't ask for anything more really.
And talk to us about the Donington circuit. How does it work for these kind of cars? Is it one of the better tracks for this type of racing?
Yeah, I mean, it's really good for the slipstream. Obviously, you got that back straight there, which is where most of the moves are done. If you're feeling brave, you can do it into turn 1, but then it normally gets undone by the straight. So, but yeah, no, it's a really good circuit for it. Yeah, I recommend it to anyone.
And for race 2, what do you reckon? Podium again, maybe a bit further up?
Do you know what? The car is feeling like tip-top. So, as long as I feel tip-top, which I do, so yeah, I'm going to go for it. Of course I am. Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, have a good lunch then. Make sure you feel tip-top.
Cheers,
And hopefully we'll see you up here later.
yeah, nice one. Cheers, buddy.
Cheers, thank you very much. Right, so that's it for the morning's version of racing, even though it's like nearly 1:30. We're going to have a quick lunch break now, which we're going to be taking a walk down the down the pit lane, I should say. We're going to come back in just a few minutes for the start of that, so don't go anywhere. And we've got an action-packed afternoon of racing coming up as well.